Howdy folks, and Merry Christmas to everybody out there. I've been asked to do a demonstration on how I splice feathers. I did one that was a quick splice how-to using pre-cut feathers. I'm going to show you how to do this fancy splices with multiple colors, and some of the things you're going to need. You're going to need a pair of scissors and also an X-Acto knife. Definitely need an X-Acto knife, and you need sharp blade. Make sure you got a couple blades handy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to splice a feather that like this, so that we can make these arrows, and show you how to do it. And the first thing I'm going to do is go and get the colors I'm going to splice in. The first one is white, and what we want to do is we want to strip the feather and the quill skin off of the quill itself. And I do that by making a cut, and then I'll come in here and I'll get the quill skin, or hopefully I'll get the quill skin. Well, didn't do it on that. And some feathers are easier than others. Once I get the quill skin, I just basically strip it off. Like so. And then you have the feather and just the skin. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it. As you can see, I got some marks here on my cutting board. And this is just a cheap Walmart special bamboo cutting board. I think it costs $3 or $4 all it costs. I go through a couple of them a year because they get all cut up. Now the white on these feathers is this width here, where this between these two black marks. So what we're going to do is lay that down there, slide that blade in, and cut it. And there you go. You have your white portion. And what I do is I have a little trays here, and I'll cut a few of these at the same time. I'm not doing them all at one time, but I'll probably generally cut this whole feather up, or at least enough to do all the feathers I have to do. But I'm not going to make y'all watch all that, so I'll just do a couple here. And then we'll move to our next color, which is black. I'll lay this off to the side here, and we'll get a full-length black feather. And we're going to do basically the same thing to it. I'll come in here and cut some here to expose the quill skin. And we'll get up underneath that quill skin. I tell you one thing, black, for some reason black are some of the hardest ones to do. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the dye they use that makes the skin brittle or what. There we go, we got it. I just follow it along here like I'm doing with my finger, so that the quill itself doesn't break, because the quill is brittle and it'll break. There we go. And we have the black one. Now, the black one's a little bit bigger than the as you can see, the black on this is just a little bit bigger than, well, quite a bit bigger than the white splice. And that actually, let's see, I don't know if this feather is actually, I should have picked a better feather. Let's get a better one. So I'll be able to show you how to strip it one more time for those interested. Again, like I said, get up underneath the skin, or all you have is the skin, and you pull it up. once I get it started, I lay down here and follow it with my finger so I don't break the quill itself. And we have it. Now I'm going to square the back off here, where I got a good square back cut. Now the black feathers, the black splice is actually measured from this point to the end. So I'll lay it in there, and I'll come in here, and it doesn't have to be absolutely precise, and you'll see why here in a few minutes. And now I've got a black one, and I'll get my little tray here and put my black ones in, and I'll cut a couple more black ones. The black one or the back end one doesn't have to be quite as precise as that white one does, because that's the most important one. And that's especially when you get into doing 3 or 4 or even 5 colors, and you're using some very, very thin splices. Here we go. Got several of those. Now let's get this cleaned off. And now the main feather, the main feather is hot pink. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get a hot pink feather. And I got one here. And I generally come to somewhere kind of sort of in the middle here. Because if you can see, it's thick up here at one end and it thins out. That's the normal taper of a feather quill. So I like it to be somewhere here in the middle, and I just basically strip the feathers off the quill and the skin. Now I'm going to carefully go in here right behind that last feather and put that X-Acto knife in there, and I'm going to slice that skin, but I don't want to cut this quill. And then I'm going to back up here and get the skin and peel that skin off. Because we don't want that skin on there. It doesn't make for good gluing, and it doesn't. Uh-oh. See, I didn't slice the skin good enough. So we're going to come in here and we're going to... And this happens. There we go. Yeah. There we go. It didn't work quite as good as I was hoping it would work. So we're going to lay this one off to the side, and we're going to do another one here to show you. Another hot pink one. Come up here somewhere in the middle. Actually, that's got a broke quill. So what we're going to do is we're going to get just a little bit more here. And that's fine to have a broke quill, just as long as it ain't where you're going to make your feather. And we're going to come in here and cut that quill skin. Hopefully it'll work this time. Strip it off. See, that worked perfect that time. See how clean it is? I don't know if that's actually long enough, so we'll go back to the other one. Get some of these pieces off here and put them in the trash. Here, now we're going to need our glue. I use the Fletch Tight Platinum glue. I'm going to get one of my little white pieces here, and I'm going to apply a little glue to it. And then I'm going to slide it in place here. Slide it up in place. And made it with the pink. And sometimes the small pieces are the tough pieces. Use the X-Acto knife, hold them down to that glue sets up a little bit. And you have something like that there. So that's your white splice in there. Now we're going to get a black one. Now notice on these black ones, see how this side over here is kind of got a little extra because it was a little thicker. When I have a little extra there, what I come down here and do is cut that extra skin off that this side of it, like so. So it'll mate up good. And where that comes from is you actually have skin along this one side over here, and when you peel it off, that skin flaps up, and you're not going to glue that down on the one side of this, so you need to take that off. Now we're going to apply some glue to this. Like so. And we're going to slide that one in place. Hold it down. You're going to get some glue in your fingers. If you don't want to get glue on your fingers, well, you don't want to do this, because you're going to get glue on your fingers. And then we make that up in there like so. Well, that back end wants to curl up on us, so we'll hold it down with the X-Acto knife for a few seconds, let the glue set up. Like that. And then you have your feather, full-length feather. And what we're going to do is we'll lay this one over to the side because that glue's got to dry completely. You don't want to try to chop them with the glue still dry. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and do another one. And so y'all can see it again. Come in here and strip that off. Just like that. Come in here behind that feather again. And see. Whoop. Let's get in there right behind that feather and cut that skin right in there without cutting all the way through the quill. Come down here and get under that skin and start peeling. Just like so. And there we go. Kind of seeing how clean it is. There we go. Now we'll get another one of our white ones. And we're going to put a little glue on our white one. There we go. Slide that white one up into place. It makes some really pretty feathers. Makes some really pretty arrows. Make sure it's in there good. There we go. Now let's get our black one. And we need to trim the skin off this black one too. An extra skin on this side. There we go. And apply some glue to the black one. Get it in position here. Uh-oh. Get it to mate up. Tell you the truth, what happened here is, I don't know how I got a little end there, but I got a little end. It's not letting it mate up, so we're going to cut that little end off. And then we're going to stick it back in there and see if it'll mate up right. Yeah, no precise measurements here. I mean, try to get it as close as possible. I don't think you can ever get two completely identical feathers, but they're really close and you can't tell the difference. And there you go, you have another one. And now we're going to let these dry a few minutes, and then we'll go ahead and chop them. Be right back. Okay, folks, we're back, and now we've let the feathers dry. The splices, or the glue dry on the splices, and now we're going to be ready to chop. This is a 4-inch shield cut feather that we're chopping for these arrows, And I've got my little chopper with the 4-inch shield cut. And what I've done is I've made a mark here so I can line my feather up. And I'll take one of them, and I want that black, the leading edge of that black feather right there on that mark, like so. And then I'm going to make sure it's straight, and I'm going to close the blade down on it. Just like so. Then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to hit it with my rubber mallet. Now you're going to find out why you need scissors. See that little tail there that didn't quite chop? You'll find that that'll happen somewhat. Just come in here and with your scissor and cut it off, and there you go. There's that feather. As you can see, it matches perfect. Now all I got to do is get the cresting and everything done on another arrow, and then we're ready there. Let's chop one more before we go. Come in here and get it lined up again, like so. Close the blade down, make sure everything's even. There we go. We got it all straight. We'll come in here and hit it again with the rubber mallet. Yeah, we didn't get quite as good a cut on that one as we got on the first one, so we'll come in here with scissors. Cut that tail off. There you go. Okay. They match. Ready to go. Alright, I hope this helps some of you folks out. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to post on my YouTube page, or you can email me at BHTAMAIL, which is Bounty Hunter Traditional Wearers Mail, at Verizon.net. I'll be looking forward to some more requests and doing a few more of these how-tos. As always, thanks, and we'll catch you later. Bye.